Do you remember the old days? You know, before the internet got really fast, before people got all hyper political? Is it not such a sign of the times that things have gotten so good, so complacent? You know, there's no real war in the sense of one that where we're losing troops and we have to have a draft and everybody has more of an emphasis on life and what's actually going on. Instead, we live in the halcyon days. This is probably the beginning of the fall of Rome because America's become so decadent. People have nothing better to do but to be offended by stupid shit. I miss the old days when people had opinions and that was that. You got on with your life. Back when the biggest threat to society was Howard Stern. Now look at him. It's like Don Imus. Cyberpunk-2077 devs have been doxed and harassed yet again by none other than Reset Era.
I'm too old for this shit.
Reset Era is like a subsect, a splinter cell, if you will, off of NeoGAF. Imagine a group of people so toxic and militant that they had to be kicked off of NeoGAF. There you go. That's the best way to sum it up. I believe Mr. Metacore went deeper into the recesses of that site to pull out the most ridiculous comments and messages from people who believe that they're tigers, transsexual cats, and so on.
People that you eat hay and that's natural? From lesbian wolf mom. A mealy-mouthed non-apology like this makes one thing very clear. The developers of Cyberpunk-2077 are entirely comfortable with the kind of joking transphobia and bigotry their social media team has displayed, and see no problem with the joke. They're sorry, we're offended. Well, let's find out who that we is. Do you want to place bets before I switch over to show you who lesbian wolf mom is? Disabled cyborg dyke, trans white, poly and plural switchy siren she her, and all the cool polycules. Literally a wolf belongs to our Charlotte Smith.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
I'm starting to notice a trend here, a bit of a common theme running throughout all these profiles. It almost seems like the more offended a person gets at a simple, straightforward joke, the more batshit insane their description of themselves happens to be on social media.
The world is, the things are just too good right now. It's too good that people have this sort of luxury. Imagine, you know, where you have time in your day to stop and think, I'm not a man. I'm not a woman. I'm a sexy kitty that's non-binary or some fucking shit. You know, it's when you know you have no stress in your day. You have time to come up with these flights of fancy. Me, I sit and worry about bills, my impending future, and constantly having a family member tell me about how I need to do something for someone else in the family because they can't figure out something on their fucking own. And it's like, you gotta be shitting me. Have I not given enough of myself? I had to be a man before my time. I had to be an adult when I was a boy. Michael Jackson run around screaming he didn't have a childhood. Join the fucking club, bitch! This was written by lulz.com, which has already gained my respect off of this one article. It's no secret social justice activists in the gaming community, from brigades to pressuring gaming studios into firing employees that they deem guilty of wrongthink. I hate the term wrongthink because I'm always accused of it. All it takes is one bad tweet, one errant comment, a dismissive gesture, or a harmless joke to trigger crusaders to ruin the lives of everyone involved. God, is this a sad and dark truth. When I think about the bigger issues going on in the country and constantly some crazy-ass white man shooting up people, and they're like, oh, he was a loner and he went in crazy instead of calling him a terrorist, which has me always watching my back when I go places. Like my now ex-girlfriend used to sit there and go, why are you always doing this? Why are you always preparing for an attack? Because with the way I grew up, attacks came from anywhere. So I'm already naturally ready for attacks. Know where the escape exits are, whatever building you're in. Let's just move on before this turns into a podcast by mistake. Anyway, and they are now bringing their harassment to the next level by doxing and harassing the families of other victims. So these people from Reset Era have decided, due to the most recent tweet, this tweet is going to, please prepare yourself, trigger warnings. God have mercy on your soul if you have PTSD from this. Good Old Games, which is owned by, CD Projekt Red, one of the few companies that offers games without any goddamn DRM, wrote this horrifying tweet. I don't know how I got out of bed today knowing that this existed. Classic PC games, hashtag won't be erased on our watch. Yeah, How's that for use of a hashtag? Oh, God, take it away. Take it away. I've never been so offended. You're horrible for even reading it. You're part of the problem. Yes, that basically really pissed people off. Now, if you look deeper, the whole movement behind won't be erased is because the Trump administration is considering legally defining a person's sex as their male or female as listed on their personal birth certificate. This policy reversal from the Obama era could mean that transgender people aren't protected from discrimination, in addition to eroding trans rights. Many worry that this will make it more difficult for people to suggest which gender identity to seek help. All right, so I'm pretty sure CD Projekt Red didn't know that. You know, they just made a little tweet. It was a trending hashtag. For God's sakes, it's no big deal. You know, you got to look at it and go, they didn't know. So what? Instead, everyone pretends like CD Projekt Red and GOG are a bunch of, they're bigots, apparently, is the key word I'm hearing now recently. And this alone is reason enough to dox their family members, phone numbers, where they live and work, etc., to harass some guy's wife and kids. There's a good move. That shows progression right there. That shows how far you've grown as a person. Oh, you said something I didn't like. I'm now going to go out of my way to ruin and harass your life and fuck with your family because, you know, I can't fuck with Trump, essentially. That's all it says to me. Now, if you recall, you probably don't because you have better shit to do with your life, and I'm the only one who gives you this sort of information. Let me read the cancer. You listen to me rant and go, oh, things are fucked up. Back to my life. CD Projekt Red was in trouble a while back. Now, I want you to prepare yourself, little babies. You could only play as a male or female protagonist in the game.
Let's have a chat about transphobia, shall we?
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
This was obviously a tremendous oversight, and it was horrible, especially for people who possibly wanted to play as genderqueer characters. I have a feeling most of the people complaining about this probably weren't going to buy the game anyway. You know, between you and me. They probably didn't really give a shit. They just want to be upset with something. This was so horrible that Polygon, what a surprise, and Vice's Waypoint, by the way, the people who couldn't build a goddamn computer.
So there's nothing special about this screwing in process. They're just really long screws because they go through the entire frame of the cooler, and they take forever.
Really, Queen? No.
Accused the game of misogyny and criticized it for refusal to address transgender issues. Remember when video game was about playing video games and none of this bullshit was in it? Now it's like everybody wants to bring their politics into your hobby. You know, this is why I paint Gundams. Okay, this is why I paint model kits. Because I don't have to deal with this shit or ever see it. It doesn't have to be a factor in gaming. It's just like, you know, why can't you just shut the fuck up and wait for the game to come out? I assure you that there will be modders who will add this shit. And you can do whatever the fuck you want at that time. You know, just hang in there. The game will come out. And I assure you that Lovers Lab, one of my favorite sites for a long time, will give you what you want. Little babies. You will be able to go on Lovers Lab. And if you want, you can be a goddamn transsexual female werewolf with 2 dicks. I promise you, if you give it time. The devs themselves can't do it for all sorts of reasons like funding and shit that would get them in trouble with the ESRB, not to mention the government. My fucking God. You know what? I feel that my rights are being encroached upon. I feel that I'm a very attractive, desirable male and I'm rich. How come I'm not being treated like this? When I fucking meet women, they treat me like I'm a scrub. From now on, the next woman that does that to me on a date, I'm going to like stand up. I'm going to scream as loud as I can. And then I'm going to say, hashtag won't be erased. I'm a good looking man. I self-identify as rich and hot. Oh, God, this video will probably get me in trouble. I bet you like the Kotaku journalist who continuously starts this sort of bullshit with CD Projekt Red for the trans rights movement is like Jessica something. I've seen this person before. No, it's Heather Alexandria. My fault. I know the person looks like it's definitely... You don't even know what the fuck. I guess Heather Alexandria is supposed to be a woman, or it could be a man transitioning to a woman, or it could be a woman transitioning to a man. This is how fucking confusing it is. And you got to tiptoe around the goddamn issue because they don't make it goddamn easy for you to understand. I'm sorry. I'm just really burnt out. Now, Heather Alexandria from Kotaku seems to always be stirring the shit pot when it comes to any slight trans issue. Even when it was like that joke where CD Projekt Red did a couple months back where they did that whole, did you assume their gender? A joke that, honest to God, I've heard a billion times over, and I'm sick of it. But whatever, who cares? You know, like really, who gives a shit? As someone who's native, I don't know how many times Zill and everybody else in the group, well, Zill and probably Sven, have used the smallpox joke on me, where they're like, oh, would you like a blanket? You're cold? I'm like, yes, I would. And they're like, well, don't worry, it's got smallpox or some shit. You know, so what? Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Genocide of my people. What the fuck ever. I move on. CD Projekt Red did apologize for the did you assume their gender joke, which wasn't funny nor offensive and really a non-issue. The apology wasn't enough, as we all know. Someone got doxed. I think it was in the community manager. I can't remember. Now, this led to Kotaku demanding answers for the tweet's so-called questions about vetting process for social media managers. The implication was pretty cut and dry. The person or persons responsible for the tweet need to be sacked. That's the message. Oh, wow. You know, you want someone to lose their job and livelihood because they made a tweet you didn't fucking like. Have we come to this? Has the country come to this? Remember the old days, if you had a problem with somebody, you just took it up with them and you either A, went on with your life, or B, you got into a fist fight. And then after the fist fight was over, there was a mutual respect and sometimes even friendship came out of it. What the fuck now? Everybody just goes, you need to lose your job. Ooh, you need to be fired. You want them fired so bad, you go there and fist fight with them. If you win, they get fired. If you lose, you fuck off. Oh, God. You think Trump is a bad president. You're lucky you didn't get me. So amidst the Inquisition, that's a good term for this shit, 4 members of Reset Era doxed CD Projekt Red employees, publicly posting his phone number and private email addresses for the mob to besiege with complaints. Because that's an adult thing to do. So progressive, so adult, so ahead of the game, so advanced. These people are so far ahead, these social justice warriors, and yet they resort to tactics that are childish at best. Now, let me put it this way, before people get pissed at me. I have inside information on Amaranth, the whole 9 yards. You know, there's a guy who worked with her. He's contacted me. I was supposed to make a video on it. I've been sitting on it for a while now. I apologize to that guy if he's listening to this. He even had the information where she lived, her phone number, everything. I said I did not need that information. Now, since that point, Amaranth has copyright struck me. And in a way, I pay Amaranth now. If I even talk about her and she copyright strikes a video, she gets all the fucking ad revenue, dude. And still, I haven't doxed this woman. She even had some of her fan base flag me to fuck. I still haven't doxed this woman. There's a certain level of fucking honor and integrity that I just don't understand how people don't have. What's going on here? My God, I'm so mad I could choke myself to get to somebody. Most normal people took issue with the apology. It was completely unnecessary, and no effort was being made by any of the so-called journalists to take harassment mobs to task for their participation in the controversy. Why would there be? Games journalism is a joke at best, and I thank God for it because games journalists have given me the chance to be a voice in the industry. How do you like that? Essentially, you assholes created Batman. A bad Batman. I'm not going to say I'm a good one. You know, I'm like the alternate universe Batman where he really sucks, but he's still effective somehow. The mob is now once again at it with its no bad tactics, only bad targets, harassment tactics. On the eve of the launch of CD Projekt Red's new game, Thronebreaker, the studio tweeted into the trending hashtag called Won't Be Erased, as I stated before. This led to a metric shitstorm that left a lot of people very upset for no reason. And honestly, I still don't get it. Because my dog's Twitter uses hashtags that have nothing to do with what the fuck the dog's Twitter post is about. But sometimes the hashtags are so fucking ridiculously funny. Like, I just polished off some cat shit. Hashtag live from Ibiza. You know, like the dog isn't really there, but the hashtag just popped up and I thought that was funny. Before I know it, some Latin country will be after me for misusing hashtags. I'll be sentenced to death, and I'll gladly take the death penalty. If you aren't politically active, then you probably have no idea what Won't Be Erased refers to. I've already talked about it. Like so many other trending hashtags look like one of those everyday normie hashtags that people tweet and post jokes or references, so it's difficult for any sane human being to fault the social media managers at CD Projekt Red or GOG for thinking anything but political. I agree with this. Anytime you check out Twitter and there's like trending hashtags, sometimes I look just to see what the hell's going on. And I have to sift through like 1,000 stupid tweets that have nothing to do with the hashtag to actually figure out what the fuck's actually going on. And I'm like, oh, this is what it's about, huh? Too bad. God, some of these tweets are fucking stupid. Whatever. And I get on my damn life. The tweet lasted for only 1 minute before it was promptly deleted, no doubt after social media manager realized it was political. But it was long enough for the hyper-vigilant moral squad to take screenshots of it, and yet another thread on Reset Era once again accusing the company of bigotry. The shitstorm has happened yet again. We're at round 2 electric boogaloo, as the children say, of just sheer insanity. I mean, I don't even get it. I don't. It's just like people that want to be pissed off. Like, if you really care about these sort of things, go make a movement. Go do something. Do something. Not harassing game developers or people or doxing them. Get your ass out there and protest. Whenever Trump is in town, take your ass out there. Get a goddamn plane ticket, fly to wherever the fuck he is, and then take it to task.
Like Reset Era. If you want a really good laugh, head over to their thread about this. Their 40-page thread about this. The thread in which you are instantly banned if you even so much as question if you should be offended about it. Their moderation staff is basically about 100 clones of Stanley Rue from the BioWare forums. The thread is a literal killing field of people accidentally not going along with the narrative that this is the worst, most transphobic shit that's ever been uttered on the internet.
Unfortunately, the screenshot of the clipped together ridiculous posts is so small I can't read most of the text. Whoever they got running their social media, at this point, whoever it is just a liability. Yes, they should be fired, and, you know, their kids should probably starve, and they should lose their home for this. This tweet is like it's like they killed a baby in the middle of Times Square and then pissed in the face of Jesus himself. That's what they've done with this tweet. Did they even fire the last person for the social media account? Heather Alexandria tweets were clipped by this person. It ain't some kid who doesn't know better. This isn't an honest mistake. There's a pattern of behavior, and whoever is responsible seems like a real jag-off. Oh, stop it. You're an adult. Who cares? This is what people are focused on. You know, nobody's focused on maybe, I don't know, let's all work together and get the government to fix the police force. Let's all work together and let's try and let's make sure that there are no more starving children. Nah, it's too hard. Let's help the homeless. Nah. Let's harass a game developer because they made a tweet I don't like. There we go. Let's dox him. Let's get that guy. It's 100% condoned by CD Projekt Red. If they didn't agree, they would issue a statement immediately saying their social media manager has been fired, and their views do not coincide with CD Projekt Red. The silence is deafening. The entire company deserves all the shit that's being flung at them until this stops. Unbelievable. The fucker running the social media needs to be let go. You know, who check out my stuff. I'm older than most of these motherfuckers right here. There was a time when, like, homophobia and transphobia was, like, a real danger. A serious danger. The 70s, for instance. Back when Harvey Milk was alive, the police would just go to the gay part of town on a whim, mind you. All it took was someone to go and say, this store has homosexuality going on. And the police would be like, we'll be right over. The cops would go there and beat the ever-loving fuck out of whoever was in that store. Didn't matter if you were gay or not. You were in the gay establishment, therefore you were gay by proxy. You approved of it, ass whooping your way. Then they'd arrest you after beating the shit out of you. Like, I don't mean to laugh, but that's how the police force worked. That was when homophobia and transphobia was real bad in America. And even when Harvey Milk actually got elected, the dude he replaced put a bullet in him and killed him. Now we're at a point where, honest to God, let's face it, it's better than it's ever been. I mean, I've never seen so many transsexuals on a dating site locally, and I live in a backwards-ass area. Things are different now. It is. I've seen a man walking in a dress in an area where 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago wouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have happened. He would have had to carry a machine gun with him to make it down the damn block. And it was okay. Nobody gave a shit. Well, I did. His shoes were atrocious. Oh, someone should address this bitch. The wig, no. I was so close to getting out of the car and accosting him myself. Like, what are you doing? How are you? This dress is, bitch. We need to get you something that fits better. Have you cinch your waist? What are you doing? Oh, disgraceful. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. If Jean-Paul Gaultier saw this, he would have a stroke. Point being, now we live in a time where being gay, being trans is pretty normalized in my book. But still, there are people like this on the internet that act like it's a war going on. The administration is doing a lot of shit that fucking sucks. The best bet you have to do is, I don't know, vote him out.
If the cigarette bothers you because you're envious, vote next time. How about that? Vote. Yeah, every now and then. Figure out what the fuck's going on in your community. No, you don't vote. You got shit to do. Leave it to old people with breathing problems who will never come here.
When election comes up in 2020, don't fuck around. All you motherfuckers better vote Trump out if you don't like him. Do something productive rather than fucking with game devs. That's all I'm saying. And this isn't an attack on people. What CD Projekt Red did, it was a bad joke, because honestly, what the CD Projekt Red needs to do is hire community managers actually fucking funny. You know, that's the problem. They think they're doing something kind of funny. They attach the wrong hashtag. People on Reset Era go nuts. A Kotaku journalist gets a hard on and goes, ooh, I can make an article that's really steamy and call them bigots and racist. People will check it out and I'll make my fucking quota. An administrator from Reset Era took it upon himself to dox the CD Projekt Red social media manager on Reset Era by publicly releasing all of the manager's personal information, including his family's whereabouts and private phone numbers. He was just one of the several doxers who actively pursued CD Projekt Red's employees, several of whom independently posted docs and instructions on how to intimidate the employees. Posting on Twitter, Heck, who has posted rants about the NPC memes. I don't even know what an NPC meme is. I've been hearing it a lot, though. I'll Google it. Yeah, I have a life. Don't shit on me here.
Been alone for years, and you will be for the foreseeable future. Why? Because she's youthful.
I make loneliness work for me. My best accessory?
Loneliness.
Yeah, the crippling fear of dying alone.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's clinical depression.
Complained about CD Projekt Red and took credit for the participation in outing CD Projekt Red employees. In a series of now privated tweets, he wrote, Jesus Christ, CD Projekt Red is filled with fucking idiots. Hey, CD Projekt Red, GOG.com, I am available to be your social media manager. I promise I can help promote games without resorting to bigotry. I also have a trained monkey that can do it. DM me, I'm serious, hit me up, CD Projekt Red, GOG, clearly you're gonna have an opening. But the harassment hasn't stopped. The author of this article was informed that employees of the company are facing a barrage of abuse both online and offline over the tweets, some of which was directed towards their families. This is what I find appalling. So this is how you're going to go about to bring change. Instead of taking it to, I don't know, a political arena where something would actually change, you'd rather take on easy targets like fucking with developers who make unfunny tweets that have offended you. I can only imagine what would have happened during the French Revolution if everybody was just at home doxing one another. Would anything have actually been done? And I believe not. Marie Antoinette would have probably still been alive to this day somehow, drinking the blood of French children and posting on Instagram. She'd be a hero. She'd be in videos with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B or some shit. In response to this recent controversy, though, CD Projekt Red has not issued an apology. And you know what? Good for them. Why apologize to this shit? This is like a form of domestic terrorism, isn't it? Where basically it's a group of extremists who have their extreme political view, and the only thing that they're going to do to get it across is to attack and harass whoever they can. Guerrilla warfare on the internet, essentially. God, this is such a disappointing time to be alive. This is such a disappointing time in gaming. It's real sad. I miss the old days of gaming. I'm just gonna have to find a new hobby. I think I'll go back to track riding and like just painting, gunpla. Probably buy like a nice spray gun, huge compressor, and then I'm gonna paint vehicles too. Fuck all this. This is all cancerous. The hobby has just degraded into just trash. Reminds me of something a senpai once said to me in a DM. Gundam, You're not the hero the people want, but odds are you're the hero people deserve. And I thought that sounds nice in a very bad way. Oh, God. Where's Batman when you need him? On that note, I should get the hell out of here because this video has gone on far too long. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and thank you for tuning in as always. And I can't really ask anyone to give more of a shit than me in the age of apathy. Oh, bloody buggery hell. I thought I muted this. But if you do choose to rate, comment, subscribe, you only make me a bigger entity in an industry that is this. It's full of a lot of fuckery, and it needs someone to push back. Now, if you need me, I have dog shit to clean up. And these are the important issues in life. It's time to groom Smokey. There we go, Choochie. Give him a massage. Give him a massage, Choochie. Yes, work his little back. Not too heavy, Choochie. You're heavy. Be careful with him. There we go. Yes. There we go. Massage him. Massage Smokey. I said massage Smokey. I said massage, not assault. There we go. You go away. Go away. You can't work at my massage parlor now, Choochie. You can't work at my massage parlor. You're fired.